Listen, Negative Nelly, I get a lot of slack for posting videos about decorating, especially seasonal decor, because my channel is all about decluttering and organizing and simplifying. So I understand why you're like, Cass, why are you adding a bunch of new crap? But here it is. Loving your home sometimes requires some refreshing, especially for me. I get bored looking at the same space day in and day out. When I switch things up, when I change things up, I'm motivated to keep it clean and tidy because I fall back in love with my home all over again. And I want that for you too. So have an open mind while I share with you some awesome Dollar Tree fall decorating tips that you can do just in time for Thanksgiving. Let's start with my absolute favorite, like all-time favorite video I ever did when it comes to fall decor. I went to Dollarama and the Dollar Tree here in Canada and I found lots of supplies to create inexpensive, beautiful, and really easy fall decor. And I'm going to start with my favorite, which is this Farm Fresh box. I'm starting with 2 crates from Dollarama, but they have crates at the Dollar Tree as well. They are smaller, so you're going to want to glue 4 of the small ones together to give that same look. I'm also using the foam pumpkins they have at the Dollar Tree and Dollarama, and I'm going to show you how to paint those after. You start just by staining this. I'm using a walnut stain. I just like the way this looks. Just 1 coat though, a fast coat using a foam brush. And while that dries, I'm giving a quick base coat to these pumpkins. I could have done any color, but I already had this beige, so that's why I went with that. And then I'm just badly painting different shades of blue and white over top. This is the thing, you want that base coat to sort of pop through. You want to dry brush different colors over top. You want them to look rustic and not one solid color. So that's what I'm saying. The truth is I'm not a great painter. I paint like I bake, but I do like the way this turns out. And then I'm just touching up the stem where I've globbed paint with some brown paint. I'm using just a plastic tub here to give some height to the pumpkin, and then some dollar store burlap again so the pumpkins sit up at the top, and then just putting in the foam pumpkins, cutting off some leaves. These are Dollar Tree white leaves. They have blue leaves too this year, and the end result is so pretty. It looks really high end. I used my Cricut to add Farm Fresh pumpkins to it. This is my all-time favorite fall project ever, and surprisingly it was very inexpensive to do, and I just love the way it turned out. Next, I'm going to show you how you can make this rustic stained pumpkin. Everything is from the Dollar Tree. I think this is really sweet. You start with a pumpkin, a wooden pumpkin from the Dollar Tree, and stain it any color that you want. And I'm going over top with a white stain. You can also use a watered down paint in this half moon crescent sort of shape to really make it look more like a pumpkin, I guess. And I'm going to paint those words later. I'm going to start by adding some twine to cover up the stem, and then adding a Dollar Tree leaf and a little acorn that's from the Dollar Tree. And then now that these metal words are painted, I'm hot gluing them on, and that's it. I did find blue leaves from the Dollar Tree too, so I added those at the last minute, and it's just like, oh, this is so simple, so easy, and so elegant. Next, I'm making this wall hanging for my front door. I added some Dollar Tree red because I have a red front door, but I love that you can personalize this anyway. I'm starting with this sign that they have at the Dollar Tree. I'm cutting off the embellishments and I'm painting on the back with Annie Sloan Provence. That's the color that I'm going with. I just gave 1 quick coat because I'm going to actually sort of distress this. So in the same half moon shape that I did before, I'm starting with a light gray. This is not about being perfect. This is about just giving that sort of pumpkin shape. Then I'm going a dark blue over top. Again, just dragging a foam brush over it in the same type of, curves that a pumpkin would have. I'm putting a little bit more on the top and the bottom, so it's like that shadowy look. And then last, going over with some white dollar store paint. Again, just following those curves that a pumpkin would have to make it look really rustic and still like a pumpkin. I didn't really know what I was doing, so if I can do this, you can too. I'm wrapping the stem again with dollar store twine, And then I wanted to add the welcome letter to it. So you get 3 in a package. These red leaves are from the Dollar Tree and so are the white. So I'm adding those, just layering them on top so that it matches the front door. A little pumpkin that I had painted, some acorns from the dollar store, some pine cones from the dollar store. And that's really it. Gluing down this sign in the middle, and we have a sweet door hanging. It's sort of an alternative to a wreath, very inexpensive. Everything is from the Dollar Tree. And again, I found the blue leaves at the last minute. I ran back to the Dollar Tree. I found that they had blue and teal leaves, so I grabbed 2 stems of those and adding them just to tie the whole color scheme together. And it's so beautiful. It's hanging on my front door, and I love this project. Next, I'm going to show you how to make this really simple centerpiece. I'm using it on my coffee table, but you can use it on your kitchen table. I'm starting with a sign. I removed the embellishments and then gave it a quick base coat with spray paint, and then I'm dry brushing on gray over top, so you can still see the base coat through, but it just is giving it like this shabby chic look, which is code for I'm bad at painting. Now I'm adding some pumpkins from Dollarama. These sprigs with the little white pumpkins and the teal leaves are from the Dollar Tree. All the pine cones and acorns are from the Dollar Tree, and that is it. No gluing, nothing required. I didn't even paint these pumpkins. They came as is, and I just think it's so beautiful. Last but not least, the easiest and simplest project is just some twine and 2 packages of Dollar Tree leaves in burlap. I just think this is like a really fast way to do a banner on your fireplace or somewhere in your home. You're just laying out the twine and actually just sliding the leaves on. They actually come with wire behind, so no gluing, nothing required. That is it, under a minute to make this really sweet fall banner. I really like how all of these turned out. I sort of gave up the traditional orange and reds that I usually go with fall, and instead went with creams and blue and teal, and the end result is really elegant and probably my all-time favorite fall decor look. If knickknacks aren't your thing, I totally feel that, but you can create a beautiful big sign or artwork on a shoestring budget. I'm talking around $10. So I made these farmhouse signs. They have that exposed wood frame, but they're really big and white, so it makes the space feel clean, bright, and cozy all at once. I had my local hardware store actually cut some wood to the size that I wanted for the backboard, and I just painted it white with some old paint, and I had them cut the pieces for the frame as well, and I stained them using a walnut stain. The wood was really rough. It wasn't staining great, so I ended up going over it with some white just to whitewash it a little bit so it wasn't so dark. If you have any other type of wood besides this cheap stuff I had, you wouldn't have to do this step. Then I simply marked where I wanted my words to go, and I used my Cricut to cut out the saying, and so together they built a life that they love. But you can, if you don't have a Cricut, you can get a local sign making shop to cut the vinyl for you. It's so inexpensive. I also made a smaller one doing the exact same thing. The hardware store cut all the pieces for me. I built the frame just using some screws and then nailed on the back. This is really fast and really inexpensive to make a beautiful fall sign for your home. Are blanket scarves still in style? I have no idea, but I certainly love them, and I'm going to show you how you can make one for just a few dollars.
I freaking love blanket scarves. They fit no matter how much pumpkin pie I eat. And I just feel so cozy and super trendy, but they're expensive for basically a piece of fabric with some frayed edges. So I made my own for just $3. I went to my local fabric store and chose 2 patterns and colors that I really liked, and I just had them cut me 1.5 yards. That's all you need. You can literally just fray the edges yourself by pulling out the loose strings. Keep pulling those loose strings until you get a frayed edge that you like, and that's it. Just wear your blanket scarf. To wear a blanket scarf, you fold it in half until it's corner to corner, so like a giant Well, it's a giant bib. And then you just wrap the two ends behind your neck and pull them forward and tuck them under and fix your hair. And voila, $3 blanket scarf. My next fall hack is DIY pumpkin spice because I sprinkle that on everything. To make this, you want 4 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of ginger, 1 teaspoon of cloves, and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. I just keep mine in a little shake jar from the dollar store. I put it on top of my coffee and I make the most amazing smelling pumpkin potpourri thing by hollowing out a small pumpkin and rubbing the pumpkin spice on the underside of the lid. Add a tea light, light it up, and your whole house is gonna smell like pumpkin pie. My next fall hack is going to make your house sparkly clean and smell amazing at the same time. You know, I love magic milk cleaner, and a magic milk cleaner is equal parts of warm water and rubbing alcohol. And then you just add a little bit of cornstarch, like a teaspoon or 2 of cornstarch, and shake it up until you have this really milky cleaner. It is perfect for every single surface, including streak-free mirrors. But you can make this an amazing aromatherapy for fall at the same time as you're cleaning by adding some essential oils. You can definitely mix these together however you like, but my favorite is 5 drops orange, 5 drops cinnamon, just 2 drops of nutmeg, 2 drops of vanilla, and 2 drops of clove. It seriously smells so amazing, and it's gonna make you want to keep cleaning. I'm telling you, my house smells amazing. I want to clean all the surfaces. It's this beautiful fall spicy smell that lasts for a long time. I'm gonna put a link down below to my magic milk cleaning recipe so you can make your own, and you can use any essential oil smell that you love, but if you're looking for that fall smell, make sure you're adding cinnamon and clove to your mixture.
If you're strapped for time or strapped for cash, but you still want to have like fall coziness, or you're having people over for Thanksgiving and you want to have like a little boop, a little Thanksgiving boop, it's all about the Dollar Tree leaf garland. Every year I add this dollar store fall garland around pots that I buy. These are just really inexpensive pots from the grocery store. And then I add some dollar store little sunflowers or other things to them to fill them in and make them look way more expensive. This little home sweet home sign is from the Dollar Tree, as is all the garland. It's a great way of really inexpensively updating your entranceway. One year, Joe and I, instead of going on a date, we had a craft off for fall. So we had like a $15 budget each. We both went to the dollar store, we shopped separately, then we crafted alone, and then we surprised each other with our creations to see who did it better. I made a leaning tower of pumpkins.
I'll use these and maybe some of this. I've got 2 pumpkins, which I actually really love the little top on these. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but these are cute. You know, I'm gonna paint them. Okay, and then I've got some leaves, which, you know, I've given up orange, so I'm gonna spray paint these. And make something fabulous. All right, on your market set, go! 2 jars, what's he gonna do with 2 jars? All right. So I started by giving everything a quick base coat with spray paint, and now I'm dry brushing over a darker blue for one, white for the other pumpkin, and I'm actually gonna leave the last pumpkin gold and just distress it a little bit. I'm just adding some gold dollar store craft paint to the stems here, and then I'm gonna stack them Willy Wonka style into like a leaning topiary. I don't know. I'm using wooden skewers to attach them and some hot glue, and then tucking in the leaves that I had spray painted. Again, I'm adding a little bit of different colors to them, some dollar store greenery, and that's it.
Hey! It's a pumpkin tower!
It's a leaning tower of...
It's pretty cute.
It is an you bought some crappy stuff. But it's not fantastic.
No, I'm liking it. This fits the decor. I did not.
It's still what. Bring me yours. Show it to me.
Okay, get out of the
Those are pretty cute. Did you hand cut those?
Yes.
All right. Vote in the comments below. Joe's adorable or my hot mess disaster.
Okay, another fun challenge that you can do is something I used to do with friends of mine who lived far away, and that is like a centerpiece challenge, or sometimes we did a wreath challenge, where we gave each other a $10 limit and we just saw what each other could create. I feel like this is really fun because not only are you getting crafty, you're kind of hanging it with friends virtually, but also I can make a centerpiece cheaper than going to the store and buying fresh flowers. And plus, this centerpiece will last forever.
So for our centerpiece, we are starting with a pumpkin as the vase, and this is hideous, but I have to stick to a $10 budget here, but I wanted to show you some alternatives. Obviously, you could use a real pumpkin, or you can get one of these foam pumpkins pretty inexpensively and just cut the top off and hollow it out. I picked up this ugly bad boy for 99 cents from a thrift store. So we're gonna turn it around and take the top off and use this so I can stick to my $10 budget. Ugh. I think there's something dead in there. So in the bottom, you wanna add some floral foam. I think I only need one brick. I only have $10, so I'm already at $1. This is gonna be $2. I'm gonna make it work. But if you're using fresh flowers for this, you can just add water and use floral foam and keep adding water to your arrangement. So the Dollar Tree had so many beautiful silk things this year, and here's a tip for making dollar store stuff not look like your grandmother's dollar store silk flowers. Opt for the ones that have more muted colors, not the bright oranges and the bright yellows. They have a ton that have like, I don't know, they're so like look like burlap, and they're much more muted colors. And I'm gonna show you at the end how to mute these colors even more. But a really great tip is not just to shove this in. You're gonna wanna use your wire cutters to cut this and place it in with the taller ones at the back to add height. So now I'm gonna pick the silk flowers that go in. I can only pick 8 because Christina set a budget of $10. So I'm like, but I love these ones with the cotton and the pine cones from the Dollar Tree. These are awesome. And of course, the burlap has to be, and I love this for height. This was from the Dollar Tree too. Maybe 2 leaves. Another, gotta have the cotton. And flowers, these are a little grandma's attic dusty flowers, but I think we can make them look great. So, and this tall one for height. And we're at 7. I'm gonna be under budget, you guys. Let's put it together now.
I just wanna get you on my grid sometimes, on my grid sometimes. All my friends are saying that I waste my time, that I waste my time. I don't wanna tell you, don't know if you care. Repeating my mind, rolling around, stuck in your bed, burning temptation.
So it's still looking a little grandma's silk flowers, right? It's still looking dollar store-esque because it's really bright colors. So we're gonna tone it down a little bit and give it more of a farmhouse look by adding a little bit of just dollar store white paint. Any white paint you have works, and you're gonna dry brush it onto the leaves, just a tiny bit. So I'm just dipping it into and then taking a lot of the paint off. And I'm just gonna go over top of the leaves, just on the tips, just to tone it down a little bit, to give it more of a muted look. The front of this pumpkin is the perfect spot to put one of these Dollar Tree metal words.
Leave your shirt on the floor. There's no reason to get up. There's a print on your cheek from my wrinkly pillow. There's a smell from the view while you window. Your lips taste a glint from your toothpaste. Spend time cutting marks on your fingers.
I reuse my Dollar Tree decor like year after year. I have 2 totes that are dedicated just for fall, but I always use the same stuff but in different ways, so it feels fresh and new and it's never wasteful.
So I always start with dollar store leaves as the base when I'm decorating for fall. They're inexpensive, they add those pop of colors, and then I layer in different pumpkins. I've had these pumpkins for a long time. Some are from the dollar store, some I, picked up on clearance. I got this new blingy one in the middle. Look at that, it's gorgeous. But I love the way this mantle came together on a really small budget.
Maybe decorating for different seasons just isn't your thing. You just don't like the idea of that, but I would still encourage you to refresh and change your space, whether that's rearranging your furniture, maybe clearing off some surfaces, or changing up your artwork, even a small thing like a new shower curtain. These are little things that you can do that can make a big difference in your home. It can make you fall in love with your home a little bit more. And sometimes that's all we need to get the motivation and inspiration to clean it, keep it clean, pick up after ourselves. It's these little tiny changes that honestly make such a huge difference. And I want that for you too. So think about little ways you can refresh your space, especially just in time for Thanksgiving. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're feeling inspired to bloom where you're planted. It's not about spending money. It's about making the best with what you have right now so that you love your home a little bit more. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm almost to 1 million subscribers. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, and I'll see you next time. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. I was reading all the comments from my last cleaning video and I was killing myself laughing because my brain is a weird thing, and a lot of you guys were giving suggestions that were so obvious, and I don't know why I ever never thought of them. I think the one that stood out to me the most was, for years, friends, I have been cleaning my coffee maker, my Keurig coffee maker, by putting a bowl under it and literally throwing buckets of water at it, like to clean inside, like dumping water. The whole time it's plugged into the wall while I'm throwing water at it, and it's just making a mess everywhere. And then a bunch of you were like, first of all, they make cleaning kits that I didn't know about, but I digress. Second of all, why don't you unplug it, Cass, and take it to the sink and rinse water through it? And I'm like, you're geniuses. Here I am on YouTube giving advice on how to clean a Keurig coffee maker by leaving it plugged in and throwing water at it. What? And also, my dishwasher was filled with dirty dishes, and my brain is like, man, take them out and put them in a laundry hamper and then take the rack out. The rack is removable. Why didn't I just lift the rack out? There's so many whys. Do you know why? Because here's how my brain works. Here's point A. I have to get to point B. I don't just go here, friends. I go around and up and over here and this way and that way to get to right beside it, but never where I should go. I have no idea why. I'm guessing it's ADHD, but let me know in the comments below if you're also a little squirrely girly. If you're a little squirrely girly too. And I feel like weirdos unite. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you guys next time.